Welcome to a new YouTube video. Um, this is a different type of video. I got my face cam, my high quality mic. Hopefully it sounds good. But this is a new type of video. It's gonna be Tales of Tim's 2. If you haven't watched the first one, there'll be a link at the end of the video, which you can stay tuned and wake up. Stay tuned and click the link and watch it. It won't be as good as this one. I don't know if it... Anyways, Tales of Tim's Free Stuff Edition. So the reason I'm making this edition is because the stories I'm going to be talking about, one happened today, one of them happened a while ago, one happened on Christmas Eve. It's been spread out over like the past month, maybe month or two. But yeah, we were talking about free stuff and my stories of that. So I work at Tim Hortons, right? The one that happened furthest back, I'm working window, and I'm working with my friend, and me and him like act devious because like we're teenagers, and we get fun out of it. Like we're having like a fast food job, and we're teenagers, and just making fun of it, just being devious. So I'm window, and there's like this girl. She's like a regular. I see her sometimes, and I'm in window, and I'm like being devious. I have lots of coffee. I'm like very extroverted. I can say whatever I want. Like usually I'm introverted, right? But like I was like acting like an extrovert, like saying anything that came to mind. Reasonable, of course. I'm not gonna cook her or anything. But there's this guy in the passenger seat just munching on a fucking large Little Caesars pizza. He's like into it. He's like his head is down. He's just like doing that Drake thing like in cartoons when like they're like eating like very fast and they like look down and like go like that. I'll put a video on screen now. But he was doing that, and I looked at him while I'm giving her the pad thing to pay, and I'm like, yo, can I get a piece? And I like laugh, she laughs, and like she's obviously not gonna give me a piece of pizza, right? That's why we're like laughing and stuff. I put the pin pad away. I don't know what it's called, the card chip beep thing.
What the hell?
And I turn right, because like this is the window, right? To the left is like the POS and like the payment thing. And to the right is like the thing, like the table thing where all of the food is and stuff, right? So I'm going to get that. It takes me like a while because I'm like looking at the board and then down, like the monitor thing, to see what her order is. And I look down to get the corresponding food, right? I'm probably explaining it like crap, but... And yeah, I grab her stuff, and I look over, back at window, and she's just there, holding a napkin with a nice, big, thick, Little Caesars pepperoni and cheese pizza right there. And I'm in shock. I'm like stuttering a bit, and I'm like, oh, I didn't actually mean... Like, I didn't actually expect it. I was being devious. I was just saying it, because a whole large pizza to that guy? It's insane. Like, whatever. I wasn't even being serious, but she gives it to me, and with one hand, I'm giving her the rest of her order, and I tell her, thank you. Like, she gave me a piece of pizza. And then, I think there might have been cars behind them, I'm not sure, this was a while ago, but I, like, leave, put it in my pocket, and I'm telling, like, people on the way there, like my coworkers, that I just got a piece of pizza. Some people probably didn't hear me, and some people were like, how did you get a piece of pizza? What? And then I go back to window, finish the orders, do the rest of the cars. It's not busy, and I'm explaining to people that I got a piece of pizza, and I basically told them the story that I just did to you guys. And yeah, I had a break after that. I ate it. Pretty good, I guess. Yeah. Story number 1 of getting free things at Tim Hortons. Story number 2. This happened on Christmas Eve. I know. Because I worked 7 to like 3:30 or something like that. Like 7 in the morning. And I can obviously do this because it's Christmas Eve and we have like a school break. But yeah, that's like the beginning of my shift. Like not even like more than 30 minutes after. I'm doing window, right? I'm doing window, and then this guy, he comes in. He's very nice. He pays and whatever, and he asks like, I think he asks how I am and do I go to school, what grade I am, stuff like that. Whatever. Give him his stuff, and he leaves. Pretty basic, like, other than asking questions about me, because usually no one takes interest in that. And then like a couple minutes later, whatever, 10 minutes later, I'm in the back, and at this time, like early on, they have like 2 people at window for better time, because they have like this drive-through time or whatever. One person does like the money, like takes the payment, takes the payment, gets the cash, puts it in the drawer, and the other person gives out the food and stuff. I was at that time, I think I was doing both of them or whatever, because my partner wasn't there, and then I was in the back, like on my phone or whatever, and then I'm coming back to my partner. He's doing both of them, and he's looking confused, and he looks at me and he's like, "This guy," and then he's like, "Come here," and then I go to the window. It's the guy, and he's holding this $10 bill. And he's giving it to me, and he's like, "This is for you." And he says something about how I'm working hard, that I'm a student, up early in the morning working, especially around Christmas, and how I need to keep up the good work and that kind of stuff. And he was very nice. And the other guy didn't really seem that jealous. He just seemed indifferent, like it happens every day. It doesn't. First time ever. And yeah, put that in my bag, and I bought lunch that day. Pretty mid-ass lunch though. Last story, which inspired the making of this video. Story number 3, which happened today, and it actually inspired the making of this second Tales of Tim's video. I'm gonna name it 4 hours, 1 free hat. And if you're looking at me, which I hope you are, and not around my room like some creep, I usually never wear hats, but for this video, I got this nice hat. I'm gonna keep my hood on because I look weird without it. But the story all comes down to this regular. He comes in all the time. He has this white truck. He has a very distinct voice, especially on the mic. And he always comes in. He always comes in and gets a large strawberry quencher. Maybe there's that odd day, like once a week, he gets like a peach quencher, or maybe he sometimes gets an iced tea quencher. That item is very unpopular. That's besides the point. Bazinga! He always comes in, and the distinct feature about him is he always gets a straw with his quencher. Like 95% of the time, no, like 99% of the time, it's a large strawberry watermelon quencher. And he always gets a straw with it. No one gets a straw with it. There's like that little cutout where you push it and you drink it. He always gets a straw with it. And a couple times on the OT mic, when I'm doing OT, I look, I can hear his voice, and he gets his large strawberry quencher. And I'm like, "You like a straw with that?" And then, he seems like surprised. It's like, "Yeah." And even when I'm not at like the cameras or like the POS, I can hear his voice. And I'm like, "Yep, the straw with that." And it's funny. This is on a side note. It's funny. A while back, someone else was doing OT, and she's been working there a long time, and she's in like the same situation I am, where she knows he's a regular. He always comes in, gets the quencher, asks would you like a straw with that. And this one time when she asked would you like a straw with that, and he's like, oh, how did you know? Like, he seemed so genuinely like shocked. And he's like, oh, we have cameras here. He's like, oh, you do? Where is it? And we were like, she was trying to explain it to him, like, oh, it's by the corner, up a bit. And then whatever, figured it out. He was very shocked. It was so funny. Present. Where was I? Oh, yes. That's a Drake reference. I have Drake inside of me. Okay.
Wait, what?
Not like that. Present tense. He comes through. I'm not doing OT. Oh, yeah, I am doing OT. Oh, I remember now. I was doing an order, and he was ordering whatever, and I heard quencher at the beginning, but I didn't hear it. And then at the end, I asked him what was his quencher, and he's like, a large peach. And that's what made me not think it was him. If it was a large quencher with that sound of the truck and that sound of the voice, I would have looked up and be like, oh, you like a shot with that? But I didn't. And then a dozen muffins he orders, and then I'm getting the muffins, and I'm bringing them back. And since I'm bringing them, I'd probably have to give them out because there's only one person at window, and it'd be the nice thing to do. I'm giving them out, and I'm like, he's like, oh, hi, buddy. And I'm like, hi. And like the past couple times I've given him stuff, or not even that. Like when you do OT, like the window's like here, OT's like right here. So like people in the window can like see OT. It's kind of awkward because I have to like, like side eye them to see what they look like because I don't want to make eye contact. But in the odd time when I'm taking orders, he'll like come in and I'll like take off my mic, or even when the car drives away, he'll start talking to me and be like, hi buddy, how are you? And he's like, keep up the good work, or it's nice to see me, whatever, because I always give him a straw. Or when even there's two people at window, or even just one, I just yell, or I don't yell, I just say like, oh, remember the straw? And he always gets like, there you go, buddy, or like something like that. He's just very nice. And today I was giving out the muffins, and this is the first time I was giving out something at window. It was him, and I didn't even realize until I was giving it out. And then I give out the muffins, and he gives me a hat. This hat, like, gives me. It's all folded up. It has the cardboard in it and everything. It's like brand new. And I'm pretty sure he came early. Yeah, he did come earlier today. So maybe he like went home, got it, and came back just for me. Like, probably not. The world doesn't revolve around me. Maybe he was just thirsty and wanted some muffins, and he's like, oh, that kid's nice. I'll give him a hat. And then he gives me the hat, and he's like, here you go. And then, like, the person that was on window was like, oh, I'm on window too. And it's like, yeah, he always knows my orders, and he's very nice. I like him. He's a good kid. I like him. And then I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. I was in shock. I wasn't expecting to get a free hat. And I'm like, thank you. I really appreciate it. And he's like, yeah, no worries. And he's like, something about how I may know his kids. And one of them was in the passenger seat. I kind of think I saw him at school. And he talked about his other kids. He was like, oh, you might have seen them at school. They go to the comp. You go to the comp too? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you might have seen them. I think I heard of their names. I'm not sure. And he asked my name. And I'm like, yeah, my name is Beep. He's like, yeah, well, nice seeing you and stuff like that. And he's like, he's a good kid. I like you. And I'm like, yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And he leaves and, yeah, put the hat in my locker, and I'm wearing it. So 4 hours, one free hat. That's basically it for this Tales of Tim's. And before I leave, before I make you guys subscribe and like, turn on the notifications for the next video, because I'm working on my next video. It's going to take a week. It's taken me more than a week so far to make. I want it to be good. I'm going to put a lot of effort into it, so stay tuned for that. Before I leave, I want to leave you with one question. I've been thinking about this on the way home from school, and here's the question, and I want you guys to answer and give me your thoughts in the comments below. For a life insurance company, what do they do for a missing person? So say life insurance is covering a missing person, and that missing person goes missing and there's no update. What do they do? Like, they could be dead, they could be in someone's basement, or they could be just moving away. does the family get the life insurance money, or do they not pay the life insurance? And this is with no update. Give it like a year, and you called life insurance company, and there's no update for your missing child. Would the life insurance pay the life insurance money to the family? That's what I've been thinking. So leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, whatever. But yeah, if you want more videos like this, tell me, and I will deliver. But that's everything for this. See you in the next one. Peace. I don't know how to end it. This is my first. Okay, bye. Wake up. Wake up.